to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Star Trek. Episode 3 of Season 2, this is called The Changeling. Now, everybody knows what a changeling is. Something or someone who can morph into whatever they want to get whatever they want. Will it be an evil changeling or a nice one? Will it impersonate the crew? Will we pick it up on a planet, or will it just be on the planet, or will it be on the ship? I don't know. These are the questions. Last time we had Who Mourns for Adonais. I've been told that's how it's pronounced by the internet. I looked it up. I was like, what's the deal with this Adonais word? And how do you pronounce it? So that's how I think you're supposed to pronounce it, and not Adonis. I was like, they misspelled Adonis. They didn't. It's a completely, entirely different thing. Anyway, Apollo was the name of the god in that episode, and I liked the way he pointed. I liked the cut of his jib and how he pointed. And I thought it was it's kind of emotional. I was kind of rooting for him when he was firing up at the Enterprise, telling them to stop. I was hoping he'd push him back a bit. Ceasefire, you know? And he'd go and he'd recharge and he'd be like, okay, get out of here. Pesky humans. You know? But instead he had a sort of a sad ending. And floated into the wind to be with the people his friends. And do you think we'll ever see Carolyn and Scotty again? Well, we'll see Scotty, but will we see them together? No way. She's not interested in him at all. Do you see how quickly she just went off with a different guy once they beamed down? You know? Now, sure, he called her a goddess. He was promising her the world, but pretty quick. We also got to know Chekhov a bit more. And we had it was a cool set. I liked it. I liked that planet set. Right, the Changeling. Let's get into it. Let's see what's up. And just last bit of warning: Sulu is not the Changeling. Don't worry about Sulu. He's just goofing about on the bridge.
Any response from Malurians, Lieutenant?
Nothing since their original distress call, sir.
Oh, distress.
Captain.
Is it a giant brain?
They will not answer.
Why not?
No sign of life. They can't be.
No
The
life.
last census reported a total inhabitation of more than 4 billion people.
4 billion?
No life readings at all, sir.
Jeez, this is worse than the brains.
What could have happened? Unknown, sir. In addition, we received a routine report from this system only a week ago.
A week ago?
Captain, shields just snapped on.
Evasive maneuvers, Mr. Sulu. An extremely powerful bolt of energy, Captain.
Oh, it's a green energy blob. It's gonna hit us. Sulu, turn!
It's going to hit.
Don't accidentally press any buttons. That's no information at all. Okay. A planetary system with 4 billion people, shows no signs of life. And I presume this is the culprit, this giant energy ball. This is not what I expected from an episode titled Changeling. When you think of Changeling, you think of a singular entity, a sneaky entity. Not a planet-killing, massive ball of energy. I think that was Leslie as well in yellow. He's usually in red. Maybe he got a promotion. But he was already like 4th in command. Maybe he got demoted. Any damage, Scotty?
Shield still holding, sir.
Good. Temporarily, Captain. Our shields absorbed energy equivalent to 90 of our photon torpedoes.
90?
90.
Reduced our shielding power 20%.
First attempt.
Can we talk about how 90 photon torpedoes hit our, like, the equivalent, hit our shields? And we lost 20% of our shields? 90? Wow. Either our photon torpedoes are terrible, or our shields are amazing. Amazing. No wonder that Klingons couldn't get us in that one episode. Yeah.
We can resist 3 more such attacks. The 4th will shatter our shields completely.
Know how math works. Spock? Scotty?
I'm having to divert the warp engine power into the shield, sir, if you want the protection.
No, we want to get out of here.
Speed of those bolts.
Approximately warp 15, Captain.
15? We
Captain.
can't outrun
Good,
them.
Scotty, we're doing the right thing.
Hey, Rodriguez. 3 more. Oh, crap.
Something now, Captain. Very small.
Get
That's
it.
our target, Mr. Sulu.
Get
Prepare
it.
photon torpedoes.
Shield still holding, sir.
Photon torpedoes are, sir. Ready, photon torpedo number 2, Mr. Sulu.
Ooh, number 2.
Fire.
Fire 90 photons. We got it.
Direct hit.
No effect.
Oh,
Target absorbed full energy of our torpedo.
Absorbed it. What could have absorbed that much energy? He fired another.
Captain, shields are down. We cannot survive another hit.
All hailing frequencies open.
we surrender.
This is Captain James Kirk of the USS Enterprise. We mean no harm to you or any life forms.
Just ignore our photon torpedo that we fired. Self-defense.
Any further readings, Mr. Spock?
You're not firing anything at us.
Weight 500 kilograms. Roughly cylindrical.
Ooh.
Fraction over 1 meter.
Captain, we're getting a signal from the spacecraft.
Put it on audio, Lieutenant.
Oh, slow it down for us. Could you, Lieutenant?
Analysis sector. Decode.
Maybe they're tiny people.
This message is a sort of binary, carrying several channels at once.
Or maybe it's a computer.
It's an old-style interplanetary code.
Fascinating.
I'm confused.
Captain, a message is coming in now.
USS Enterprise, this is Nomad. My mission is non-hostile.
Great.
Nomad.
Require communication. Can you leave your ship?
What do you mean? Beam over? Sure.
It is impossible to come aboard your ship
It's
because of the
too
size
small.
differential.
Yeah.
Non sequitur.
Non
We
sequitur.
are prepared to beam you aboard our ship.
That will be satisfactory.
Any special conditions, any particular atmosphere or on board?
Is it a robot?
Captain, you're not really going to bring that thing in here.
Do we have any choice, Scotty? Once it's aboard, it won't be taking any more shots at us.
Oh, it could, from inside.
Energizing.
Hey, he was just on the bridge in a different color. Ah, it's a robot. Hey, little fella. Why are you trying to destroy us? One, Rodriguez, what are you doing? Get back to your post. He was in blue, wasn't he? In one of the green hits, he grabbed onto the thing and then he walked on, and now he's in red in the transporter room. All the colors are all mixed up in this one. We've got this. How does this little robot buddy have the power to? I love the way Kirk is like, we fired a photon torpedo, but whether it absorbed it? How could it withstand our photon torpedo? We got hit by 90 of them. Did I misunderstand that? I'm going to look at the transcript for this episode. Yeah. Our shields absorbed energy equivalent to 90 of our photon torpedoes. But apparently we're shocked, we're stunned that this guy was able to withstand one photon torpedo number 2 in particular. A 90th of the power we sent back at it. And we're stunned that it's still standing. That's cool though. We've got an exact formula for how many photon torpedoes our shields can withstand. 450. 450. Wow. Let's call that non-canon, shall we? Let's erase that from our memory banks. Never mention it again. Anyway, my question is, how does this little robot generate any power to fire? And they mentioned something about the communication being old style. Is it from Earth? You know, is it something we made? Right. And what has Changeling got to do with anything? I was expecting a little chameleon monster impersonating the crew. So far, I would call this the robot. Non sequitur. What do you mean, non sequitur? Can you leave your ship? That was the question, right? Maybe it was just in general. Kirk's like, I can't get on board your ship. The robot's like, I didn't ask you to beam inside me. Just curious if you could survive in the vacuum of space. Maybe the robot thinks we're all robots too. Too much speculation, not enough watching. Nomad. What does nomad stand for? Nomad is someone who wanders from place to place. Could indicate, did this robot kill 4 billion people? But I think it stands for something. Droid. Mechanical. No idea. Spock recognized it though.
It has a protective screen. I cannot get through.
What do we do now? Go up and knock?
Relate your point of origin.
It's a robot. Don't tell it where
We
Earth
are
is.
from the United Federation of Planets.
Insufficient response. All things have a point of origin.
The Big Bang.
If you care to leave your ship, we'll provide
Leave
the
your-
necessary life support systems.
Leave your ship. I think genuinely, I think this is one of the first times I've been frustrated with the writing in an episode. So let's just deal with that. Leave your ship. It's a robot. They've talked to computers in previous episodes. This thing looks like a robot. It's got a head. It's lighting up when it speaks. Why do they think it's a... Why do they think people are inside it? If you care to leave your ship... The writing makes it seem like they're being stupid. And that's my objection to it. That nobody has suggested yet that this might be... This is it. This is what you're talking to. What you're looking at. But... That's... You know, that's fine. It's just the writing. It's just a little quirk in the writing. We've had quirks in the writing before. You know? It's a funny little quirk.
Your facts are uncoordinated.
Yeah, uncoordinated.
I contain no parasitical beings.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's a machine.
Scotty, thank you.
What's your source of power?
It has changed since the point of origin. There was much taken from the other.
They're a probe called Nomad, launched in the early 2000s.
Oh, someone got it and
Was
altered it.
reported destroyed.
I have the capability of movement within your ship.
Great. I wouldn't let it roam the ship.
This way.
At least it's slow. Hey, what are we doing in engineering?
We're at 14A, sir.
14A.
Oh, the star charts.
Nomad, can you scan that?
Yes,
Crudely drawn
This
picture.
is our point of origin.
you are from the third planet.
Yeah, same as you.
The planet is called Earth.
Yeah, you got it.
You are the creator.
Pretty
the
much.
Kirk. You programmed my function.
Well, I'm not the Kirk. Tell me what your function.
This is one of your units, creator.
Sure.
Yes, he is.
It functions irrationally.
Sometimes.
My function is to probe for biological infestations.
Oh
To
no.
destroy that which is not perfect.
Oh no.
I am Nomad.
Biological infestation.
Yep, all life, basically.
There was never any probe sent out for that.
We should let Spock speak to it and nobody else.
Did you destroy the Malurian system?
Not the system, Creator.
Just
Kirk.
cleanse the
Only
infestation.
the unstable biological infestation.
Yeah.
It
Population of 4 planets? What kind of function?
Doctor, why do you call me the Creator?
is the usage incorrect.
Well,
The usage is correct, Nomad.
Careful, Kirk, yeah.
Creator was simply testing your memory banks.
There was much damage in the accident.
Mr. Singh,
We've seen him before,
come here,
but
Roland. This unit will see to your needs.
Singh is dead. So dead. Don't talk to it, Singh. It'll purge the infestation. It sees Kirk as its god. And it's a good thing it does see Kirk as its god and its creator, and it follows it defers to Kirk, because if it discovers that Kirk is human or a biological infestation, it'll just destroy the whole ship. Maybe not the ship, but all the people in it. Release the gas. Hack into the ship, release the gas. Go on its merry way. Go to Earth, probably. Kill everybody there. And it's clearly vastly powerful. We've seen that. But something happened to it. It was sent out as a probe, but it can't have just been damaged, because it doesn't have the capability of... we never sent out a probe with the capability of destroying entire worlds. So somebody or something smashed into it and then, oh, I'll fix you up, buddy. We'll just give you this cool imperative. Kill all humans. Kill anything biological. Maybe some sort of robotic super robot who hates people. But then we have to deal with that person. Singh, where have we seen Singh before? In Star Trek, but what episode? Can't quite place him. I want to say it was relatively recently, because I recognize. We definitely have to keep McCoy away from it. McCoy almost got himself killed. I'm just gonna tinker with you. Don't touch it.
Did you wish anything?
You want a sandwich?
Bridge to auxiliary control room.
One moment, Lieutenant.
Holding.
Oh, she's singing. What does Nomad think of music? Oh, he's going to find Uhura. Hey, Singh, do you hear that movement?
This is the creator of Nomad.
He doesn't look like Kirk.
You recall his name?
Of course, Jackson Roy Kirk.
Kirk!
Captain, I believe that Nomad thinks you are Roy Kirk. That may well be why the attack was broken off. It responded to your name as well as its damaged memory banks permitted. It mentioned the other. The unanswered question is, the other what?
Supposed to be the first interstellar probe to seek out new life forms.
And somehow that programming has been changed. It would seem that Nomad is now seeking out perfect life.
It's never going to find that.
And we've taken aboard our vessel a device which sooner or later must destroy us.
Yep. Can we EMP it?
The mechanism we brought aboard is in the auxiliary control room.
Not anymore.
Have a security team meet me there in 5 minutes.
It's following the music.
Acknowledge.
It's on the bridge.
Bridge to Captain.
Captain,
That mechanical beastie is up here.
We need the Pied Piper to lure it into an incinerator. Sulu, get the hell out of there!
What is the meaning?
The singing.
What form of communication?
Oh. Hey, here's a fun little coincidence. He's seeking out her song, and the person he left in auxiliary control was Singh.
I was singing.
Yeah.
I felt like music.
What is music?
Oh, scanning her brain.
Lieutenant,
Don't.
keep away from
Don't.
Scotty.
Don't. God, he's so impulsive. The last few episodes, isn't he?
Pause.
Running into danger to save the female members of the crew.
He's dead.
Oh, he can't be dead. Nomad, the Kirk commands you to bring this unit. Repair this unit, please.
That unit was my chief engineer.
Yeah, fix him. Fix him.
Lieutenant, are you all right?
She's been brain wiped.
That unit is defective. Its thinking is chaotic. Absorbing it unsettled me.
Unsettle
That
me.
unit is a woman.
A mass of conflicting impulses.
Controversial.
Will the Creator effect repairs on the unit, Scott?
He's dead.
Does the Creator wish me to repair the unit?
Absolutely.
I require tapes on the structure.
Thanks, Spock.
Proceed. Creator, the unit Scott is a primitive structure.
Yep.
Insufficient safeguards built in.
Yeah.
Breakdown can occur from many causes.
Especially the last few episodes.
It serves me as it is. Repair it.
Careful, Doc. Don't say anything to it. Let it do its thing. Don't touch it, Sulu. He's back. You feeling yourself?
What are you staring at me for?
It's unbelievable.
What did it do to me?
Like McCoy will explain it to you.
It fixed you up, Scotty. You're better than new. Give you a metal hip and everything.
Nomad, come here.
Of course, Creator. Next stop, Uhura. Return her brain to her?
Repair that unit.
Not possible.
Not possible.
The knowledge banks of this unit have been wiped clean.
Oh,
She could be re-educated.
re-educated?
Yes. I'll get on it right away.
Oh,
In spite of the way you repaired Scotty, you metal ticking.
Does the Creator wish Nomad to wait elsewhere?
Nomad,
far away from
you will go
McCoy.
with these units.
Take it to the top security cell on the brig.
Doctor,
Good luck, fellas.
Nomad would not have understood your anger. Study of it would be of great use, Captain.
It's a killer, Spock. I intend to render it harmless.
It's way too
Down the
dangerous.
brig with your equipment. I want to know what makes that thing tick.
So maybe there's some sort of fundamental... something that we have the schematics for the original version of it. Maybe there's something fundamental there that we can use to... a weakness. There was something else repaired it and set it on its way. Either purposefully or accidentally. When it bumped into it, in space. It's like, oh, sorry. Oh, shit, I busted you up. Is your mission to kill everything? I think so. Can't quite make it out. There you go. Good as new. But what I really posted for was Uhura. What do you mean, retrain her? Retrain her? She's a blank slate. Unless she retains some sort of... the way when you learn something once and then you forget it, it's easier to learn it again because there's some part of it still in there. So maybe it's quicker. Uhura will learn things quicker because some part of the structure of her brain has molded itself to the information that... so it'll be easier to pick things back up. But she can't be... McCoy was like, I'll get on it straight away. As if we're going to get her back up to speed within a day or two. I don't know. It's the future. Maybe there's something you can hook her up to the computer. Download all the information she needs. But will she remember her song? Will she remember how to play the... What was that Trelane taught her how to do? These are the mysteries of Star Trek that we may never know the answers to. Right. I see Spock. I see Nomad. These two are a good pair. Spock won't slip up too much. We should not give Nomad access to everything, all the databases, because it will quickly discover that Kirk is not the creator or not perfect. And it will seek to eradicate him. Then we're all screwed.
I have been unable to convince Nomad to lower its screens for analysis.
The creator orders you to lower your
Nomad.
screens.
You will allow Mr. Spock probe your memory banks and structure.
This unit is different. It is well ordered.
Look at Spock.
Follow your instructions, Nomad.
My screens are down.
Thank you.
Oh, Spock's expression in that scene was perfect.
See the dog. Sound it out.
Oh, she'll be on the bridge in no time, won't she?
The dog has a. Si kumbuka.
Not Swahili.
The dog has a ball.
That's right. Oh, that's right. You try another one.
We're at
I'll be right back.
first grade,
All right, Christy.
McCoy. We're getting there. Just a few more hours.
Well, she's on the first grade reader.
Ah, I was right. Lou?
Louis.
Bluey.
Louis?
Captain, I suggest the Vulcan mind probe.
Is that even possible?
I will permit it, Creator.
Yeah, he's okay with Spock. He's highly ordered.
Collision. Damage. I am the other.
Ooh, the other.
Tanru must sterilize. We are Nomad. Sterilize.
I still have questions.
Imperfections. Sterilize.
Spock!
Sterilize.
Spock!
Nomad. Sterilize.
Don't show too much emotion, Kirk. Right, they're not going to hold. But at least we're not keeping them in sickbay.
What does it mean? We are Nomad.
Some sort of merging?
The other was an alien probe of great power.
Not a probe.
Somehow they merged, repaired each other, became one. The other was originally programmed to secure and sterilize soil samples from other planets.
They just combined the two directives into one.
Changeling.
It's just gonna fly straight through, like it's not even there. Don't point your face at it, fellas. Just report. No! Well, there's two more. Oh, is it gonna take over this ship?
Watch your panels, everyone.
Careful, Scotty. It's unpredictable.
This primitive matter-antimatter propulsion system is the main drive.
Yeah, can you
Aye.
make it better?
I will effect repair.
Oh, great. Let it do it, Scotty.
Warp 8, Mr. Scott. And increasing. Blow your dampers.
Where are we going?
Warp 9.
Where are we going?
Cut
Earth?
your circuits, all of them. Warp 10, Mr. Scott.
Warp 10?
It can't go that fast.
Nomad, stop what you're doing. You will destroy my ship. Its structure cannot stand the stress of that much power.
Acknowledged. It is reversed as ordered, Creator. Your biological units are inefficient.
Nomad, it's about time I told you who and what you are. I'm a biological unit and I created
No.
you.
Ooh.
Non sequitur.
Non sequitur.
Biological units are inherently inferior.
How's he going to treat this information?
There is much to be considered before I return to launch point.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there. I don't think Kirk should have told it that he was biological before giving it new orders. I say maintain the God illusion as long as possible to try and stop it, try and change it, try and mold it. Because if you tell it that you're biological, then it's going to be thinking, "Ooh, well, why am I following orders from that guy? I'm clearly superior. I'm just going to do my own, I'm going to investigate, I'm going to increase warp efficiency, I'm going to go to every planet in the whole galaxy. And then I'm going to the brain galaxy, and I'm going to kill all those flying stupid brain cells in every galaxy I find. You know? Take that, Andromeda. Your stupid brain cells. And the poor guy fighting in the corridor, the blue corridor of doom, saving both universes. He's going to be disappointed if he ever takes a peek out. Just Nomad left. And I presume they have a Nomad too. You know, why not? 2 Nomads. They could be friends at the end of time. They'll find the corridor, kill the 2 humans in there, and then go, hey, you're perfect, I'm perfect. Hey, we're great. Cleansed both our little universes. Now let's go to even more universes. You know? Ones that didn't have a Nomad. And eventually all of existence will be peaceful at last. And that's why we should stop science. Stop it before it's too late.
I must re-evaluate.
Do not fire at it, fellas.
I suspect it is about to reevaluate its creator. You must now undoubtedly appear imperfect.
It was a foolish mistake.
Nomad just now made a reference to its launch point, Earth.
And it will carry out its prime directive.
We have to destroy it. Somehow. Throw water on it. One weakness. Water.
Now it apparently means to return to Earth. It would automatically destroy all life.
Hey, Nomad, stop!
What are you doing, fellas?
Nomad.
Well, there's 2 more. That's 4 red shirts we've lost in one episode. We've almost doubled the amount of deaths in one episode of the Red Shirt Brigade.
Nomad examined the personnel files and the medical history.
It was looking for Kirk.
Whose history?
Yours.
I suggest it has completed its reevaluation.
Life support systems are out all over the ship. Manual override has been blocked.
Some anti-gravs and meet me in engineering.
Anti-gravs.
Nomad, stop what you're doing.
What are you doing, Nomad? Just sleeping? Just sleeping.
I admit that biological units are imperfect, but a biological unit created you.
I am perfect. I am Nomad.
Your programming tapes have been altered.
Yeah.
You are in error. You are a biological unit. You are imperfect.
Hey, remember, Kirk, just keep yelling at it. Remember in Return of the Archons? We just had to keep asserting something, and it blew itself up. So do the same thing. What was he talking about in that episode? He was talking about that computer wanted structure and harmony and peace and all that sort of thing, but it was restricting the freedoms of all the individuals on the planet to do so. And Kirk had to convince it that it was the harm. In this case, I don't know. Non sequiturs. It hates those. It hates non sequiturs. I thought maybe it has something with some imperfect humans created you, therefore, you know, you're not perfect. Something like that.
But I am your creator.
You are the creator.
What are we doing?
I shall return to launch point Earth. I shall sterilize.
You must sterilize in case of error.
Sterilization is correction.
Yep.
Everything that is in error must be sterilized.
He's going.
There are no exceptions.
He's going somewhere with this. You just got to prove it's in error, and then it'll sterilize itself.
I am the Kirk, the creator.
You are the creator.
You're wrong.
Oh.
Jackson Roy Kirk, your creator, is dead. You have mistaken me for him. You are in error. You did not discover your mistake. You have made 2 errors. And you have not corrected by sterilization. You have made 3 errors.
Checkmate.
Error.
Oh,
Error.
it's going.
Error.
It's going.
Execute your prime function.
I shall analyze.
Keep shouting at it, Kirk. Keep going.
Now, get those anti-gravs on it.
Error.
What's the anti-grav for?
Got it.
Just put it into space?
Error.
Is it gonna blow itself up?
Error.
Exercise your prime function.
Beaming. Now, Scotty. Wow. With the power of 1,000 suns.
My congratulations, Captain. dazzling display of logic.
Now do
You didn't think I
Spock.
had it in me, did you,
Get
Spock?
Spock to explode
No,
himself.
sir.
Thought you might like to know that Lieutenant Uhura is back to college level. We should have her back on the job within a week.
Holy
Good.
shit.
The destruction of Nomad was a great waste, Captain.
What are you feeling so badly about? It's not easy to lose a bright and promising son.
Sir.
Oh, it thought I was its mother, didn't it? You saw what it did for Scotty. What a doctor it would have made. Gets you right there.
Well, I'm glad we're all joking about it. We lost 4 members of the crew. Ooh. Nice goatee, Spock. What the hell is this? This is the most pleasant yet. A cave to hell. Oh, it's a snake. Those were fun pictures, weren't they? The robot was voiced by Vic. Apparently nobody's voicing me right now. It was voiced by Vic Perrin from the control voice from The Outer Limits. Yeah, I can hear that now in my head. I can hear it. So, let's talk about the episode. I'm not sure where to start. I'll start with what I really liked. The idea. Conceptually, what I really liked in this episode was that 2 probes with different missions collided, repaired each other, formed into one object, and then combined their missions. Because they were both corrupted, they weren't quite sure what their missions were, so they sort of melded. One sterilized soil samples or something, and the other was seek out new life and, catalog it or whatever. So we combined that into sterilize life forms that are imperfect, So I really like the idea of these 2 peaceful probes that got into an accident and then became this death machine and combined their powers. That frickin' soil sterilization machine had the power of 90 photon torpedoes to fire out whenever it wanted. Didn't it? Was that necessary? Maybe it was some sort of planet-wide sterilization of... maybe it needed that much power to do its job efficiently. But, yeah, it's a fun idea. I like that it kind of made sense. Why is this robot going around killing people? Because of this one incident. This one thing that went wrong, and it's like the dangers of in modern day, you would say the dangers of uncontrolled AI. If you don't remember to code for a specific circumstance, it could accidentally do something you don't intend it to do. Like if you gave it like, you put a robot in front of you and you say, look, here are 5 candy hearts, right? I want you to grab all hearts in the room. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then sticks its hand into your chest and pulls out your heart. It's just doing what it was programmed to do. Didn't mean anything by it. Anyway, yeah, be careful. Be careful with robots. And AI. The Aurora stuff is funny. It's so funny that somehow they're able to re-educate their brain. And I did pause for that, and I did suggest a way to make it work. In that although all her knowledge is being sort of taken from her brain, the structure of that knowledge still exists. So that it's more quickly reassembled, from the shape that her brain is already in. It is kind of ridiculous that within a day or 2 she goes from barely reading, not knowing what the color blue is, to college level. But I can give that a pass. And it was kind of a fun scene to watch, And something that I don't know if the robot actually took from her original, is it Swahili? Her original language, because she was speaking in that. Which I found fascinating. And it kind of made sense, you know? It was kind of consistent with how something like that would, how that would happen. How that would... It's consistent with what you might imagine would happen in that sort of situation. Especially if the robot didn't take everything. Just took... She was supposed to focus on the singing. So she was focusing on the English and the words and music. So it took all the English words and concepts from her brain. Once again, we have Kirk outsmarting a machine. And I thought there might be something to the idea that if I'm imperfect and I created you, then you must be imperfect and therefore you should kill yourself. But I did sort of have a counter argument to that already formed. I was going to talk about it at the end. I was going to say that it is possible for something imperfect to create something perfect. At the most basic level, we can create machines that can perfectly add, multiply, divide numbers, whereas we might make a mistake. The computer won't make the mistake. Now, you can say, well, you know, there could be a glitch in the software, or a gamma ray could hit a bit and it might glitch a bit. But in principle, we can create perfectly working logical systems, even though we ourselves are not perfect. So that is possible, within certain definitions of perfect and certain realms of perfection. But what he actually got him on, I don't know if I buy it. There's something a little hollow to it when you think of it when you think too hard on it. He gets it on it making a mistake about something mistaken identity, imperfect memory, imperfect access to facts. It misidentifies Kirk as its creator because it's working on, it can only remember the Kirk part of the name, and it uses that against it. And then it kind of builds on that. It's like, not only did you make that mistake, but then you didn't sterilize yourself for making that mistake, so that's another mistake. And it just goes into this feedback loop. They need to build better machines, is what I think. It was handling, I know I said it didn't like non sequiturs, but it was handling, disorder all right. It did say Horace's brain made it feel a bit queasy. Didn't use that word, but it implied it. It appreciated, the best part of the episode was complimenting Spock, and Spock did not say a word to that, but the look on his face. You watch that scene again. I love it. He's like, see, Kirk? See how great I am? Finally, somebody around here who appreciates me. It was just great. It was the funniest part of the whole episode. Those 4 red shirts. I can forgive the first 2. I cannot forgive the second 2 for firing on it. The first 2, maybe they didn't know that they weren't informed about the machine's capabilities or what it might do if they take action against it. They weren't told that this is the machine that was firing the 90 torpedoes at us. Watch yourselves. But the second crew, the ones who were replacing the dead crew, you think they would have asked, hey, what happened to the first? What happened to Johnny and Billy? What happened to those 2? Oh, they got zapped because they fired at it? They didn't think to ask that? Nobody told them about it? Because their first instinct was, hey, it's not going the way we want it to go. Shoot it. No getting orders from the captain. Did the captain give you authorization to shoot it if it wasn't going the right way? It's not like the robot was doing anything dangerous at the time that they needed to intervene immediately. They were just going to destroy it. In their heads, they were just going to destroy it. You know? I don't know if they were given... I don't think they were given explicit orders to kill it, were they? If it doesn't go where you want it to go, just shoot it. Shoot it dead. Because we know it doesn't work. So I can forgive the first two a little bit. The second two, no. No. You still make the wall, but it was pretty dumb. Scotty, 2 episodes in a row, Scotty. Jumping to the rescue. He still has Carolyn on his brain. He's imagining her. And, you know what? It's kind of the same. Nomad was kind of like Apollo. Zapping him. He didn't have a cool pointer, but it was the same effect. The same outcome. Well, Apollo didn't kill... See, this is why Apollo was even better. Didn't kill Scotty. But once Scotty was dead, you knew that he would come back, and easy enough to predict that Nomad would be the one. The one mistake I made, well, one of the mistakes I made was thinking that Nomad stood for something. That it was an initialism or an acronym. I was sure it was going to be revealed. But no, it kind of makes sense that it's just a name. Something that travels from planet to planet, place to place. Yeah, a good name for a probe. Great name for a probe. And I thought we might find a secret flaw to it that was built into it from the schematics. You know, like the Death Star. But no, I should have known. Kirk is just gonna logic it to death, like he did on the Archon's planet. Just, when in doubt, Kirk, say the same thing you just said, but say it louder. Louder! They tried to do that with Apollo as well, didn't they? Not the logic, but the loudness. When they were all, the 4 of them, were kind of split up and they came at him laughing and shouting at him. Just to get him angry. To confuse him. I don't know how I feel about it. Seems pretty caveman, you know, to take that approach. A kind of a brutish approach to solving the problem. I think the thing that maybe doesn't work about Nomad destroying itself, because it mistook Kirk as the creator, is because it knows that it doesn't have all the information at any given time. That's why it's asking about the singing, that's why it's scanning, that's why it's looking up records. That's why it needs information on human anatomy to restore Scotty. It knows it doesn't know things. It knows it's missing information. It knows it doesn't have every single possible bit of information. So learning that Kirk is not the creator is just another piece of information it has to take in. You know, it doesn't... It shouldn't lead to self-destruct. I can understand why it does. On the surface, I understand why it does. But... And Kirk constructs it when he's talking to it at the end like a legal argument. Remember when I said he's going somewhere with this? It's because he's saying, look, here's point A that we agree on, here's point B that we agree on, but hey, look, ooh, a magic trick, see? Now what are you going to do? You gotta follow your programming. I tricked you. You're dead. I don't know what I would have done to, say, convince that it's imperfect. I guess there's other ways of doing that, you know? We can perhaps construct an argument that says that nothing is perfect. We could convince it that nothing can be perfect. And that might be a way to do it. And when it's like, okay then, I'll just kill everything, we can just say, yeah, but could you start with yourself, maybe? No, then who would complete my mission? I will finish with myself once everybody else is dead. That's where my plan falls down. Sulu? In Sulu news this week, he kept out of the way. He didn't touch it. He moved out of the way. 10 out of 10 episode for Sulu, as far as I recall. And, yeah. This Scotty stuff is just funny. Of all the people to run in to try and save Uhura, it had to be Scotty. Just so soon after the last episode, where he was running in again. I wonder if we'll continue that next week's episode. I don't think so. Let's talk a little bit about next week's episode without talking about it, without stopping the discussion we're having on this one. It's called Mirror Mirror. And I know from future Star Trek shows that, and having seen a picture there at the end of Spock and a goatee, there's a mirror universe in Star Trek, and I presume this is where the origins of that mirror universe. So, once again, I apologize if people were looking forward to me, being surprised by that. There's certain things I can't avoid knowing about, and this is one of them. But we'll see how the episode plays out. What happens in that episode? All I know so far is that Spock will have a bit of a goatee going on. So it's fascinating seeing those pictures at the end of each episode. Little teasers. I'd complain about spoilers, but I don't know. I don't think they do really spoil. I think they keep you coming back. Just the smallest glimpses. Although that cat looked crazy. I don't want to see the episode with the giant cat. Is it a giant cat, or are we really small? Probably we're really small. And what was that thing in space? Ugh. Yeah, very animal heavy with the pictures at the end of this one. Rodriguez, who's called something else in this episode, he is this the first time we've seen one actor play two different colored shirts in the same episode? I was surprised to see Leslie out of his regular red, but Rodriguez was in both blue and red this episode. And he has been in a ton of episodes. Like, I'm always pointing him out. I'm always like, oh, there he is. Just hanging out on the bridge. Most of the time, most of the episodes, he doesn't have anything to say. But he's very regular. I was wondering about the anti-grav stuff at the end when they were attaching it to Nomad. And then bringing it to the transporter room. I'm still kind of wondering about it. Because in my head I was like, oh wait, no. They said it was something like 500 kilograms. That's pretty hefty, right? To lift off the ground. But that's pretty hefty to move around, even if there's no gravity. Also, it's floating in air anyway. It's not like it's on the ground. It's floating anyway, so we don't need the anti-grav. What we need is anti-mass, so that we can push it around like a balloon. Yeah. Also, Kirk, he left it till the very last second to transport it. He was making sure. Think about it. It's a contradiction. You gotta kill yourself. Does it look like it's about to explode? Just keep thinking about it. Ooh, oh, now, Scotty, go. I wonder if Spock Hey, do we get to keep our ship efficiency? I don't think so. I think it said it undid. I think it said it undid the changes. Because we were going past warp 10, we were going to warp 11. The problem is that the ship itself can't handle those speeds. It'll tear itself apart at those speeds. So maybe it's okay that we undid it. But it'd be cool if we could retain the knowledge of where the inefficiencies are and how to fix them. And do you think Nomad tweaked Scotty a bit? Fixed a few of the impulsive craziness about him? Maybe. Or maybe made him worse. There seems to be no limit to what Spock can mind meld with. Human, alien, rock monster, robot. If there's any kind of mind, he can connect with it. This one was pretty standard. No crazy howling, just the kind of robotic in nature, just simple words and phrases. And it's interesting, after the scene, we don't really learn the information when he's doing it, but afterwards he's able to summarize what he learned when he was inside the mind, to give us a picture of what had gone on with the merging. But Kirk did slip up, talking about how he's biological. He needed to be smarter. And the initial opening that I paused on, when they're like, hey, can you leave your ship? I'll let it go. Because they quickly figured it out. After I unpaused, they were all on board the robot stuff. You know? The biggest surprise of the episode was that in an episode called Changeling, what they actually meant was that the probe changed. It did sort of morph into something else. It did sort of change into something else. But when you call your episode The Changeling, it certainly makes you think of something else. Right, I think we'll leave it there. That was a nice little entry. Got to hear more singing. We got some funny moments. Ending on that joke, you know, inappropriate. We might go back at the end of the series and talk about the endings to all the episodes. I think what they're trying to do, and I might have said this before, is end all episodes on a more upbeat note, or at least certain episodes on a more upbeat note, to leave that audience with a feeling of, that was a nice, pleasant watch. But in an episode where Scotty almost dies, Uhura has her brain wiped, and maybe she'll be the same. Next episode, we know she'll be the same, but maybe not, mirror, mirror. But, you know, she might have lost very key skills that we haven't taught her again. And where four of your crew men have died, the jokes seem inappropriate. You know? Maybe they were like Finney. Maybe he was trying to when the ship was getting rocked. He's like, are there any of those 4 guys near any of the pods? It was the turbulence. You can't blame me. I don't know why they put these buttons right here. You know? I've got 3 dead jettisoned crewmates and 4 coffees. I didn't mean to do any of them. Right, get out of here. I'll see you for Mirror Mirror. And everybody grow a goatee. And yeah, I'll see you next week.